So what do you say if we start? To start with, this is D99 and a special interview with Armin Van Buuren, straight from Holland to Monterrey. Hi, we are so excited to have you here. This is, well, it's been a long time since you've been around this place in general, and you've brought a big show with you. It's called Intense, with the same thing that it lasts 6 hours. What inspired you to make such a different show from many other DJs? Like, this show it's out of proportion. It's got aerial dances and choreography and classic instruments. What inspired you to make all of this?
Well, first of all, I wanted to make the show for myself, you know, to make something creatively inspiring. I mean, for me right now, if I want to make a lot of money, I just have to download the Beatport Top 10 on a USB key and travel the world, you know. I could go everywhere. But I don't think that's creatively very inspiring, you know. I've built this show because this is my dream, you know, to make a solo DJ set that's still a freestyle DJ set, but involve all kinds of elements of show and surprises for the fans and, you know, really special moments. And it's a gift to my fans as well, you know. Financially, it's definitely not the best decision, but creatively, it makes it all, you know, it's 100 times better than anything I could have done otherwise, because it is so great to travel with such a great big team of people. They're like my family, you know. Like when I was in school, it's that feeling, and it's a really special thing because every Armin Only show I do is different. There's never the same track. There's always a few tracks that I mix up or play a little bit different, and you know, you cater to the crowd. So, for example, tonight, if the crowd is not very early, but they're a little bit late, we move the show opening a little bit. So it's very dynamic, and I like this. I like to be the only DJ, not to diss my colleagues, because, but I like to have full control, because I don't have to take into account the DJ that's playing before me or after me. I can just play whatever I want. I take people on a journey and set the mood from the beginning to the end. So for me, this is really something special.
Alright, so we know that you like to tour intensely. For example, there was the example that you toured for 4 years in a row, 2007, 8, 9, 10. You've been named DJ of the Year 5 times. Isn't it exhausting for you?
Yeah, it is a little bit exhausting. I mean, to be honest.
You're still human.
Well, you know, I really got it sometimes. I miss the birthday of my friends, or I cannot be with special family occasions, and now I have 2 children, so it's a little bit harder even. But you know, I try to maximize my time at home, try to maximize my time on the road, and try to find a balance. A lot of good communication with my wife about my diary and, you know, what I do and what I shouldn't do. And I'm very happy in this moment, because for me, I'm in a point in my career where doors open more easily, so I can realize my dreams more easy. Like, you know, Gaia, State of Trance, and Armin Only are 3 of the concepts that I work on right now, and they all give me creative satisfaction, you know. Doing a show like this it feels right, you know. It feels like I'm really...
You're still up for it.
No, yeah, exactly, but I want to give something back to the fans, and really, people see I really put in an effort, and I give something back for the years of support, especially here in Mexico, you know. I had so much support from the fans here, it was incredible.
And now that you mentioned, haven't you ever thought of bringing your family in the tours?
Yeah, I mean, in the future for sure I will bring my family, but of course I have to take into account their schools.
Right.
Because my daughter will go to school next year, which will be a big change. Yeah, will be a big change.
Yeah.
And they're too young. You know, my son is coming up 10 months now, so he's really.
Congratulations.
Yeah, he's really young. So for him to travel, it's with all the time differences, and it would not be very nice, I think, for him.
Right. The EDM scene. What do you think will happen next? For example, we had your beginnings, they were with Eurotrance, Eurodance music, then we had psycho music, and to say we had dubstep, and then we have right now what's deep house. What do you think will happen to EDM in the future? How will it evolve? How will the music evolve?
Well, it's only a guess. I mean, I don't have a glass bowl. But my guess is that I think diversification is the answer. You know, you used to have one type of dance music, which was house, in the early 90s. And from house came, you know, all the other genres, techno and trance, and you know, and everybody seems to have a different definition of what is trance and what is not trance, and what is electro and what is not electro. I think right now what you see within dance music, you have all these little islands. You already said dubstep yourself, that's an island with its own following and its own DJs and its own hits. Right. You have like the sound they call EDM right now that has its own following, that's huge at the moment. You have trance, which is a different genre, and within trance you have vocal trance, uplifting trance, orchestra trance, psy trance, and it goes on. So for me, it's not so much about the genre itself; it's more about, you know, the feeling you want to bring across with the people. I think every artist is unique, and I have my own sound, and other artists have their own sound, and it's great that evolves. So to answer your question, I think the future will be that there will be little islands, and every island will have, you know, like we used to have one type of rock music, and now you have punk rock and country and all these different genres that came from what was once rock music or before.
I remember it was in 2005 that you released your album Shivers, which is the one I knew you with, and several songs just like blew my mind. And while I was doing my research, I was noting that the difference of your beginnings and today is more like you're still rescuing those little parts of what you were, and you're still implementing them. Where do you find that inspiration? Do you find inspiration from your previous work, or do you continue and moving on and just like keep traces of your past in your present?
It's a nice question. I can understand the question from your review. But the honest answer, the most honest answer is that I don't try to make tracks to stay away or to go to my past, my older sound or my newer sound. I just sit in the studio and have fun. Because I learned from the past that it's more important to have fun in the studio, and then the music will come by itself. I'm not trying to recreate sounds. I'm not trying to keep a sound alive. I'm not trying to make a non-trance album or a trance album, or I'm just trying to sit in the studio and have fun. Make something that creatively sparks me, because you know what, when I'm in the studio, there are no other people around. So I'm the only guy sitting in the studio or with my production partner, and we sit there and we try to have a good time and we make music. That's what we do. And you know, sometimes it's a really deep underground track like Last Stop Before Heaven or Intense, and sometimes it's a more, you know, vocal track like This Is What It Feels Like. And it could be the same day that we're working on two of the same tracks.
All right, one of the last questions. What was it like to win the Golden Harp in Holland? One of the biggest recognitions that you could ever get. Back in your country, what was it like to be recognized by your own people, your work?
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, to know I'm Dutch, and Holland is not a very big country, but to get so much recognition there, it's really a great feeling, and it opened a lot of doors. It feels, of course, great as an artist to have recognition in your own country. I mean, it's very, very important. I think if you're from Mexico, you'd like to be recognized by your Mexican people, right? It's normal. So for me, yeah, I mean, I'm not making music for awards. I think I want to stress that. That's really important. I'm making music because I want to make music and because I want to have a good time. But you know, of course you put a lot of effort into it, and you know, to see your work rewarded by so many fans is a really great feeling.
All right, so for the last question, what can you expect from us now? Have you learned any Spanish?
Romanos mantengan sus pertenencias controlados de todo momento.
Very important? Yeah, that's very important.
I just learned that from sitting at airports.
I could guess, right? Yeah. All right, well, thank you so much, Armin, and success for tonight.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Will.
And we're excited to see you tonight.
J'ai envie de toi.